Every time we come here, I get the same feeling.
It's just like the first time.
No more googly eyes, you love her. Show us around this place. First stop, Fielding. Wait till you meet this guy. Well, it's remarkable.
We belong here? Oh, good morning. Welcome to Pebble Creek Inn.
Hi.
This is the hotel manager, Mr. Fielding Co. These are our friends, Andrea Bedford and Kane Garvin.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you both. You too.
You really have a lovely place here. It's breathtaking. Didn't I tell you? I mean, it's incredible, but there's something else. There's like an eerie quality or something.
Well, I imagine you just think it's eerie because it's peaceful and we're not used to that.
Yeah.
Yes, well, if you are ready to see your rooms, you just follow me. I'll show them to you.
Sure.
Is your luggage in the car?
We have mountains of it in the trunk.
Oh, fine. Right this way.
Great.
We'll see
You guys
later.
be careful. Okay. Don't slip on a bar of soap or anything.
Well, I've already seen the room. I think I want to take a walk around the grounds. Can we?
Okay, why don't you go ahead and I'll make sure that Mr. Coe gets our luggage stashed in the proper places and I'll join you later.
Okay, you better. You know, we're finally here. Nothing's going to stop this wedding, is it?
I'd like to see something try. See you in a minute.
Don't be long.
I won't. Back already? I was just going to come look for you.
I changed my mind.
How come?
It's just a little windy outside, that's all.
Well, what's a little wind between friends? Come on, let's brave it together.
No. I don't want to go outside. Okay?
Oh, there you are. I was wondering if you two would care to join me in the wine cellar. We could select the champagne for the reception.
Well, thank you, Mr. Coe, but I don't think we're in the
No,
mood to...
I'd love to.
Oh, fine.
I'm
Fine, come
afraid
this
you
way.
could bring out champagne.
Of course, if you prefer something more modest, well, we boast the finest selection of champagnes in the Northwest. Now, I can offer you some fine wines from the Napa region that are method champenoise. Miss Capua?
Oh, I'm sorry. The last one that you had us taste was really wonderful.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that one, too. That was fun.
Well, that's fine. I'll make the arrangements then. Now, I estimate about 4 cases, but of course, you'll only be billed for what you actually consume.
That's fine.
Yes, this is a wonderful facility you have down here, Mr. Coe. Don't you think so, darling? Maybe you could show us around. What's in that room, for instance?
Oh, well, that just a storage room. However, there's no harm in showing it to you. As a matter of fact, I think you might find it interesting.
Wow. It looks like a costume storage room. What are these?
Well, they're things from a previous wedding. Took place about, 100 years ago now. A sea captain, Captain Edward Anderson, and his intended, Amelia. Unfortunately, the wedding never took place, so all of their belongings were brought down here and put into storage. And they've been here ever since.
Well, why was the wedding canceled?
Well, it's a long story and a sad one, I'm afraid. It ended in a tragedy at sea and the captain's death.
It's terrible.
Yes, it happened on the very day of their wedding, which which makes it all the worse somehow.
Well, what happened to the bride? The bride-to-be?
And that's the saddest part of all. She died too, on the rocks below the cliff. Amelia's father built Pebble Creek, and she was with relatives in Boston. But she took the train to Pebble Creek expressly to be with Captain Anderson for their wedding.
You mean he didn't come with her?
No, he sailed his own merchant ship around the tip of South America. She came and settled in and waited for him. Now, her father had fixed up the tower room for her because it has a magnificent view of the ocean. Well, you've seen it. You know the Widow's Walk?
Oh, yes, it's a beautiful view from up there.
Yes, indeed it is. Well, she sat by the window and waited for the ship to come into view. Finally, the ship did appear. But the ocean was so exceptionally rough. Apparently the aftermath of a terrible storm that had hit the coast the day before. All she could do was watch from her window and see the ship drawing closer and closer until it was smashed against the rocks and sank with all hands on board.
That's terrible.
Well, you can imagine how she felt as she watched. She ran screaming from her room and ran down to the cliffs. Well, legend has it that she got to the cliffs just at the time that her lover, who'd been fighting to stay afloat, was going down for the last time. In her grief, she jumped from the cliff. A last romantic gesture, I suppose, an attempt to join her lover in death, since she couldn't in life. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to upset you, Miss Capwell. Oh. It's only a legend, after all. Of course, we know the wedding did not take place.
Well, Eden, perhaps when we say our vows, we could say them for Amelia and her captain as well. And that way, even after all these years, they might be married.
That's really lovely.
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear anything.
What? In the storage room, chimes? There's chimes or something.
Oh, it's probably just a draft. This is a very old cellar.
No, there was something. Was this her wedding dress in this trunk?
Well, yes, I presume it must have been, yes.
It's beautiful. Cruz, that was a wonderful idea that you had. Mr. Coe, do you think we might be able to try on some of the clothes that are in this room?
Oh, Miss Capwell, they're very old, and they are put down here in a sort of a trust.
Oh, I know. It would just be... Oh, we wouldn't hurt them, and it would be fun.
Oh. Very well. I can't see any harm in it.
Oh, thank you so much. We'll be careful, I promise.
All right. Well, what say ye, lass? Will you be my Amelia?
Only if I can change the ending of the story. There's something so special about these clothes. When you put them on, you feel like your problems have vanished.
Problems? What problems do we have?
Gee, I can't remember. They vanished.
Those are my favorite kind.
Yeah?
Well, you look beautiful.
Well, you look handsome.
Well, thank you. I tried.
Oh.
May I have this dance, milady?
Aye, aye, Captain. You saw the dress before the wedding.
Darling, it's okay, I'm here.
It's terrible.
What? Tell me.
Over the edge on the rocks.
What happened? Baby, what happened?
It's gone.
Oh, the wind must have taken it.
Yeah, the wind.
Well, that's okay. We'll get you another one. We'll have one made if we have to. We'll try to design it.
No. And it's gonna be all right.
No, but what are you gonna wear?
No. Everything's gonna work out now.
Are you okay?
Everything will be fine.
You're okay?
We're fine.
You sure?
Yeah, positive. Let's go back to the inn.